We'll be demoing the Care Systems Analytics solution from VMware, where we are pulling application level metrics from the different EMR vendors and feeding them into our enterprise management tool, vCenter Operations Manager. So first off, on the upper left hand corner, this is a workflow count widget where we are demonstrating how many workflows have accumulated over the past week. In the upper right hand corner, we've learned and trended the global references behavior for this particular cache instance. So this is a live customer site where we've built the beta, and you can see here we can learn the behavior and show the particular range that the grefs have been in, not only through the this particular last week. We can learn hour of the day, day of the week, and day of the month if there's batch end processes and things like that where we can learn that behavior. Here's a couple of heat maps associated with the different workflow counts and workflow times. So you can see here we have a lot of high workflow values, and we can hover over and see what particular count we have and basically the range that workflow is in. So over time this has been 8. This particular box is red because we are at a value of about 20 here in the last 24 hours. Here again is workflow response time, so all the workflows are behaving properly except for the therapy plan assign, which is about 47 seconds. So we can see here within the last day or so we've spiked up to an abnormally high value and would want to take action and receive alert based on that action. Down here we have a top 25 list of those metrics, and you can see the gray is the dynamic threshold that we've learned for this particular workflow value. And over the last 24 hours, you can see here we've been pretty steady at about 0.67 seconds per workflow for this particular open ADT workflow. Here you can see this one spiked up a little bit, so something might have happened. We could particularly go in and take action depending on what's going on here. Again, here's some spikes that happened for open the MAR, and down here a couple of them all have similar behavior. We could then dive into the infrastructure and see what's going on that had potentially caused that issue. So one of the ways that we would do that is through the hierarchy tree that we've built over here on the right. So the metric needs to be associated with a particular cache instance and then a particular server or virtual machine so that we can associate the given infrastructure. So for this particular value, we have a health score for this instance of 100. So we can have an aggregate score for this cache instance and then actually drill down and create relationships based on those particular values. Here's a custom screen we've created with a set of dashboards for a particular unit. So all of the operating room workflows are added to this particular dashboard where we can put them in one view, potentially to be displayed even on that unit. So from here I'm demonstrating some of the relationships we can build within the Operations Manager tool, so we can basically drift between the two cache instances here and see all of the different workflow metrics associated with those cache instances. So this particular instance has a lot of the cache metrics, cache processing values, all being fed from System Pulse. And then down here we actually have the different workflow values. So these are the kind of the overall workflow times, and you can see all of the individual workflows where we could come in here and basically customize and create a view for this particular workflow. So for Beacon Refresh Treatment Plan, we can double click on this one and actually populate the chart over on the right here and create our own custom view for these particular values. So claims, ES search algorithms, file and appointment, all of the different hyperspace functionality within the workflows is captured here. So if I just wanted to grab a couple of these workflow times and populate a chart that I wanted to create a custom view for, we can then come over here and actually see this is the normal metric behavior that we've learned based on our patented algorithms that this particular workflow has had over the past 24 hours. And here in the gray again is that dynamic threshold that we've learned. So again, these two particular workflows, you could also show the correlation between different workflow values if you wanted to show the workflow values associated with the workflow times as well.